but they haven't recognized it yet.
Good to hear from you, Paul.
So what do you need to do? How do you stand out? So what you need to do is be that person that's different and is bigger than you think. Rise from the ashes and fly like the phoenixes that you are.
Alrighty then. So let's get this thing kicked off, because this is this call is going to be with me today. So I'm going to be hosting the call. Andrew David is doing something else for a moment, but don't worry, he'll be with you. Should be tomorrow. But either way, I'm here with you to help you throughout your journey, and that's what I'm here for inside of the Blake's Partner program. If anybody does everyone know who I am and what I do for you inside of the Blake's Partner program? Some of you do know who I am, or maybe have been onboarded already. But just raise your hands. Who doesn't know who I am? John, Londa, Evgeny, Rick. Okay. All right. Hey, let's get all the cameras turned on. Let's see all your faces. I want to see all your faces, because I just see you inside of the group and I greet you inside of the group, but I want to see your faces as well. Always good to see who's in the room. Let me know inside of the chat where you're actually tuning in from right now. I'm in the UK at 5 p.m. UK time, but excellent. All right, cool. You can see them all coming through. Stockholm. Matea, I see you. I saw you in the group with a question. Great question, by the way. Cool. Florida, Georgia, Vancouver, 9 a.m. Good morning to you. Dubai. Wow. Okay. Israel at 7 p.m. Good evening. Oregon, sunny Spain. I used to live there. Hey, Sarah and Craig, I see you. I see you now. I see you. I'm jealous of the weather you have behind you. And Naples, Florida. I've been there before as well when I was doing some flying. Awesome. This is my third call. Very new. Well, welcome. Vegas. I haven't been there yet. All right, cool. Excellent. Well, it is time for us to actually find out exactly whereabouts you are inside of the program. Now, each and every one of you might be in just the Blake's Partner program itself. Some of you might be in the accelerator program. It's a bit of a mix right now, but it's all good. I'm going to help you to try and get over that hump that you're kind of feeling right now. Now, what I normally do inside of the accelerator program is that I get you to do this raise hand feature. If you have a look at the bottom of your Zoom on your desktop, you'll be able to see that there's a reaction button. Click on that and then click once on raise hand if you have a question. Now, I'm going to go in the order of those who actually raise their hand. Stella, you're first, right off the blocks. You're going to be first and I'll be answering your questions. So if you have any questions pertaining to your journey inside of the Blake's Partner program, or something that you want to kind of answer that's a little bit later on, what I specialize in as well is organic. I don't run paid ads, but I'm still able to move the needle for myself. But I'm just like you. I came through this program on the 16th of January 2020, and I had no idea about ClickFunnels. I had no idea I knew all of this stuff. And then when someone says to me, "Hey, Darren, I'm a tech phobe. I just can't do this," and then just throw their hands up and spit the dummy out, and off they go. Now, that's not what we want to see. We want to make sure that you all feel good and comfortable throughout this journey, and you can all help each other out as well. Some people inside of the group are actually answering inside of the group as well, and that's how I started off. I actually just went through this journey, just fumbled through, and eventually reached the finish line. And when I reached that finish line, I launched it to the world, and I was thinking, what's going on? Why am I only getting $7 leads? Like, people are buying into my blueprint and thinking, okay, I've got my thing, I've got it ready, it's good to go. And what I did was actually I started to look at the journey that I'd just gone through. I went through the program again. So what I did was actually just thought, let's go through this as if I've never seen this before. And when I took that breather without racing to the finish line, although I'm wearing the right t-shirt today, it says launching perfectly. Launching perfectly is what I was leaning towards. Once you've got it out there, now you can kind of refine what you've got. So if you've got that funnel out there, or just this is your first day, fourth day, whatever it is, maybe you're halfway through, it doesn't matter. You're going to get to the finish line as long as you stick with it. Trust yourself, trust the process. We're here for you. You've got your priority support, all your regular support channels. You've got Blake inside of the group. He's not silent. I'm here for you too. And everybody else inside of this call too. So some of you might be a little bit ahead of somebody else, but this is what I did. I didn't know the answers. And inside of the group, people were asking questions, and I could see that I could potentially research the answer and find out and just go through Google, YouTube, help.clickfunnels.com. And that's all I used, as well as the program as well, and use that as my reference. When I started to do that and started to stand for other people, I didn't realize that I was doing some sort of traffic method called a Dream 100 strategy. I was gaining the attention of somebody from the top. Who's that? Blake Newber. Once, twice, 3 times. He mentioned my name live on a call. He used to go live inside the group. It was amazing. So when I came into this on the 16th of January, 2020, super new to this, and it was an amazing journey for me to go from his social media lead machine to step in to see the products first, then to come into this in the Blake Spanner program. Don't worry if you haven't gone through that first. Go through your own funnel and then you'll reach the finish line. You'll see your own membership area. Now, I didn't understand what I was really going through, but I was feeling like I was learning something. I was getting through something, because over the last 9-10 years, I was actually jumping from ship to ship to ship. Who's done that? Be honest with yourself. All right. So some of you may have not started on the program before. This may be the first one for yourself, but it's all good. You're in safe hands. I've never seen a program that has kind of like shone a light like this in terms of like the type of support that we do provide. Even if I'm asleep in the UK, or I should be asleep at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I might be answering your questions. Now, if you do tag me inside of the group, you'll get a response when I wake up. But, you know, I'm just plus 5 hours here from EST. But we're here for you. We're here for you. So we want to make sure that each and every one of you reach the finish line and understand that you actually get more than just a business in a box. Who thought it was just a business in a box? Okay, is it? Okay, all right. Few hands. The business in the box, right? You get the first product, second product, third product, right? You get your blueprint 1,000 followers in your masterclass. But what about looking at it from the point of view that I actually understand ClickFunnels now? Like, you can then understand ClickFunnels from somebody teaching you over the shoulder. And this is how I understood it afterwards. I rushed towards the finish line. I was thinking, yeah, I understand this, but I went too fast. And so I caused my own mistakes. And on the second page on the masterclass, that masterclass page was where I made the biggest mistake. Understand this, that 80% of your users come through mobile. They're going through Facebook. They're clicking on links. They're going through your personal profile, if it's the organic strategy. And the same if you're running ads as well. Now imagine that. Imagine the customer journey. They're going through their phone. They're scrolling through. They see your post or something inside of a group. And eventually they look at your profile, click on that link, and they click to get to your 2-step order form, your blueprint. If they purchase the first product, the journey would be that they may potentially purchase the second product just before they leave that first page. Now, don't worry if this is your first day. You'll get to understand the products and see the customer journey a little bit later on. But the next page is where you have that masterclass. That masterclass is where I went dreadfully wrong. I did my video. I took a lot of time to do that script, and some of you may have already done your script already. But that masterclass page is where everybody was reaching like it was a video placeholder that was from ClickFunnels. And if you don't change the URL for that video placeholder, they won't see your video. I changed it for desktop, but I didn't change it for mobile. So remember that when you're going through your program, make sure you change it for your mobile as well, for your masterclass page specifically. Okay. ClickFunnels works in a certain way where you can show certain elements where some of it might show you on your desktop, some of it might show you on your mobile. Go through it with a fine-tooth comb. But anyway, I want to kind of help you out a little bit further. So you understand my journey and how I went out there to figure things out for myself. But when I started to feel and think that there are a lot of questions that I could now answer, I then started turning towards the group. I forgot about my funnel and I started to turn to serve everybody here by choice. Blake didn't ask me to. Didn't say, hey, Darren, I'm going to pay you for this. I just did it. It just felt good for doing so. I had plenty of time on my hands. And so when you find out when you can actually, you find your superpower, whatever it would be, and this could be in your niche as well. You may already have your own group, or you already are in another group and you've taken another program and maybe you've gone part way, but you're one step ahead of somebody else that you can go out there and actually help somebody else, right? I've done this in other groups as well. Not just the Blake Spanner program, but Blake did this in 5 groups, and I think over 2 years. I didn't know that he'd done that until he said, Darren, let's get on a call together. I want to work more closely with you. And he explained, he said, hey, I see myself in you. Over the last 2 years in 5 groups, I've been acting in that way, in that same way where there was a question and I wouldn't know what the answer is and I'll go find it. And I just got really resourceful. I was like, oh, great. I'm shaking. This guy's at 15 million at the time. I had no idea why he wanted me to. I'm just thinking, what's going on over here? Why have I got this guy's attention? I don't understand. So, I'm just being truthful to you and just being honest with you. But that moment right there was kind of life changing for me, because I was going inside of the group and I was answering everybody's questions. And then suddenly Facebook Messenger was blowing up. Everybody was messaging me there. Don't do that now. It doesn't happen now. but my messenger was there was about over 1,000 people, 1,500 people inside the group. We have over 4.1K inside the group now in the Blake's Partner Program. And it was amazing for me to see how many people actually wanted to help. Blake said to me, find 6 people. So I did. Found 6 people inside of the group, and I just did this quietly. It wasn't a thing. And suddenly I just started serving them from the heart. 3 hours and 46 minutes later, after all of their questions, that's a long time. I can't do that. It's going to kill me. 3 hours and 46 minutes later, they had a lot of questions. I had to end the call. And then I went back to Blake and I said, that was too long. He said, just do 1 hour. So I did. The second session was 1 hour. The third session was 1 hour. No charge for that whatsoever. I just did all of this, no charge. I didn't even ask him for a payment. I'm done with the employee mindset. I used to work for an airline. I used to work for restaurant companies and stuff like that. I'm done with it. I never, ever wanted to work for anybody ever again. This is by choice. So when I come into these calls, when I come on with Andrew David, or if you see me inside the accelerator, great. Be amazing to see you. Great to have you on. I'll answer all your questions. And, some of you have already been through the accelerator, but you only get 6 weeks. It's feet to the fire time. I wish I had it when I came into the program. It's feet to the fire time, because we want to make sure that you don't just pick this up, find another shiny object and go off in another direction. It's so easy. We get distracted right now. Like right now, I just got a notification on my phone. I looked over to my side. Happens to all of us. And we might be out there shopping and suddenly we're like, oh, we need that. No, you don't. Maybe you don't. But things just come in our way and they just disappear in front of us. Go tunnel vision with this program and you should be fine. And that's what I did when I went to, I actually went from a program with ClickFunnels. It was called the One Funnel Away Challenge. In comparison, it was basically, you don't get any funnels, you don't get any design, copy, follow-up, nothing. And then you create the products, you test it yourself, whereas the Blake's Partner Program helps you with that. It's like, here you go, here's my products, here's my pages, here's my design, here's my copy, everything. Off you go. And when I saw that, that was like a no-brainer. That's why I jumped into the social media lead machine. Many other reasons as well. But soon afterwards, I think it was like 7 or 10 days afterwards, Blake's Partner Program was born. I had no idea that this was even happening. And at the time, Blake did an amazing launch where it didn't require any ads. And all he did was just ask the public, hey, I'll give you a profile design. I'll change out your featured image when it was still active. So as a cover, the featured image, and it'll give you like an animation for the profile image. I'll get that done for you. And we'll join this group, become an ambassador, and then send out a t-shirt. I was like, all right, I'll get a free t-shirt for doing hardly anything. That's great. I'll go for it. Got me. So, I didn't know what this was really all about, but I understood like this kind of journey that was kind of happening. And because I already knew what I'd already received, I'd already paid for that social media lead machine. It opened my eyes to the idea of like, no, that can't be right. He's actually passing down that business so I could sell it. That doesn't make any sense. So you can see my journey is a little bit different. And as I came through the Blake's Partner Program, I started to serve for everybody else. It started to sharpen my skills and my experience. And it didn't really matter if I knew the answer or not. I would always do the research and find out and present it either on the next call. That was in my beginning phases. And the first thing that I ever thought for myself was like, I feel like an imposter. That imposter syndrome dawns on you. First call, second call, third call. And what I started to see is that the room started to fill up. Like I was answering any question. It wasn't just technical questions now. It was like psychological. And it was really, really important for me to see like this journey for myself, because if I hadn't been placed in that position, hey, just find 6 people. I was super nervous. Who else would be super nervous if you were about to like answer a ton of questions right? It's daunting. But when you start to think and feel that you can serve people at a higher level, then do so. It's your calling to serve. That's the moment to change. And how instead of thinking about a sale, you think about serving first. When you serve from the heart first, and as a byproduct you get paid, doesn't it feel better for doing so? Does that kind of resonate there? How many of you have actually like gone out there after you've launched and just posted your blueprint or your cover with your link and say, here, $7, whatever it is, hands up, go on. All right. Is that normal? Is that normal if I just kind of walked up to you in the street and say, hey, I don't know you, tap you on the shoulder. Do you want to buy this? It's weird, isn't it? And it's the same on profile. We're kind of becoming connected, but also disconnected with this whole social media thing. But so many people congregate in these groups, in these pages, on these ads. Not many people look at it that way. But when you see an ad by, let's say, Grant Cardone, and people are engaging there, people are commenting, people are they're replying, they're doing all sorts of different things, all in that one post, whether it's just a regular post or in a page or profile or group. They're following someone, and it could be Bob Proctor as well. Lots of different people we follow. I've done it over the last 10, 11 years, and I didn't really realize it. When I realized that my cousin mentioned about The Secret, I thought, right, I'm going to find the book. Didn't like the book. I looked at 2 pages. I hate reading, but I love it now. I decided to find out if there was a video version of it. And when I realized that there was a DVD version, word for word, I was like, okay, I'm done with that. That's the way that I like to have consumed my information back then. I like videos. I like to speed things up. You might like to listen to things. You might like to read things. You might all like all of them. I like each and every one of those now. But understand that your customer out there could be one of those. Do they like to read it? Do they like to watch something and listen to something? Do they just like the audio side of things? What is it? What is that connection piece that they want? Now, each and every one of your clients might be from the same niche, but the way that they connect might be different. The way that I like to go out there and do things is actually connect with people normally. Like, I would talk to them as if they were my friends, like not disingenuine whatsoever. I don't even know if I want to serve them or if I even want to work with them. But if you open up the idea to finding out that you need to make a connection first, you need to make some sort of resonance between them, and maybe continue with the communication a little bit further on, it can build up a great rapport to the point where you're not chasing them. Other people are hearing about you and they're chasing you. And when I started to go inside of the program, I was getting phone calls on Facebook. I didn't even know Facebook did that. I knew it was kind of there. I didn't really know that you could actually make calls, but suddenly I got a call from a guy who was in Gloucester, like 2 hours away. And I thought, this is weird. So I picked up the call and he says, hey, I've heard a lot about you. I thought, from where? And then he told me, and he was just like, hey, let's get on a video call instead. Let's do FaceTime. I thought, okay, sure. Don't know where this is going. And in the end, he asked me for my ClickFunnels link. If any one of you had that opportunity right there and then, would you have just given out the link? Would you have given out your link to your 2-step order form instead? And that would be the answer. Because that journey that I went through previously with the social media lead machine was the thing that connected the dots. I went through one program that didn't show me anything how to actually really use it, cause overwhelm, and then suddenly I was here inside of the Blake Spanner program or the social media lead machine that connected the dots with ClickFunnels, how to use it. Now I see it. And it took me 4 days to go through that lead machine, and this is what we're able to sell today. So I asked him, what is it that he really wanted? And he said, I just wanted to figure out this ClickFunnels thing. I've been using it for years. I just don't know how to I've stopped it. Now I want to start again, but I feel like you're the person that can help me. I thought, perfect opportunity to give my 2-step order form that blueprint page. And he purchased the first product, second product, third product. He didn't even waste any time. I said, get every single thing that you see in there. There's 3 products. I was completely transparent with him, and he did. That wasn't salesy. He was asking me for the link. Now, how you go out there to serve may be different. Your strategy may be different. There's so many strategies. Now, if you have traffic secrets, go and read that. What I want to open up the floor to is, if you do have any questions or anything like that, please use the raise hand feature. If you look at the bottom of the screen, click on reactions and then click on raise hand. If you have any specific questions towards your journey or anything like that, Janine, you are first. I think someone was before you, but they lowered the hand. But Janine, go for it.
Good morning, Darren. It's good to see you. So I wanted you to elaborate a little bit more on your organic ads. I want you, if you could tell me how you first started with the organic ads. Where did you place them? Did you place them, for example, just on your page, or did you go into groups? And where are you now in regards to that journey with your organic ads?
So the organic side of things is just posts. It's just posts. Ads is the way you pay for it inside of the business platform. But with the posts that you do on your personal profile page or group, what did I do? I was too shy to post in other groups. What I did was piggyback off everybody else's posts and answer those. That's what I did first. So I commented. So Mateo, I see you in the room. You could see I give you a lengthy answer. It wasn't like, meh, see you later. I gave you a response, something to think about, something to go away with. And hopefully everybody else will go and have a look at that particular post that Mateo was looking for an answer for, and have a look at some of the comments. Most likely 9 times out of 10 inside of the group, I will have most likely given you a meaty response or directed you to a previous post. Now, these posts that I do on my personal profile now, they're a bit of a mixture of my journey. So yesterday I posted something that was like 6 years ago. 6 years ago, I just posted that I was going for a flight simulator check ride on the 737. And I think I'd flown back from Spain to the UK just to get this thing done. Had to pay for my medical, had to pay for this 2-hour test check ride just to have a little check mark and get it ticked off for the CAA to be okay with me to fly the 737. So I just shared that, and it really had hardly any engagement like back then, but my audience was wrong. So your personal profile has to be built on. You need to bring in the type of people that you're looking for, so they can see you as a person. As you post things on an individual level as your own personal profile, recent events, other things that are happening around you. Don't be about sales. Most of the time, it's more about value. How are you going to go out there? How are you going to communicate with other people? What have you done? What are your accolades and things like that? What's your wins? What's your learns? What's your losses? Something else that somebody could learn and step over. These are, my journey are what I look at. What I see my journey as is a bunch of mistakes that I've learned from, a bunch of failures. But when you look at the failures that you've done before, you don't pass your driving test on the first try. If you on your first lesson, let's say, maybe after a couple of lessons, 17 lessons, or maybe 40 or something, then you'll pass it. Same with the flying lessons. You need to do 45 hours. So get good with getting into the monotony of like doing these posts. You might not get the engagements. You might not even get any reactions or any comments. So what I started to see when I started to do these posts on my personal profile is that people were adding me as friends, or they were, because my profile is open, people were adding me as friends, or not even adding me as friends, but seeing my answer in another group. And then they just go scanning my profile. They would engage in nothing. They wouldn't even comment. And suddenly they send me a message. This has happened many times. And they said, hey, I love your content. I was like, I didn't really regard it as content. I just thought I was just sharing something throughout my day, or what I was, what I've done previously. So it doesn't have to be so hard into thinking like, what do I need to post? But you also need to sprinkle in some value in there, not just like, hey, look at me. Some value in there so someone can actually get a key takeaway. If you all wanted to go to my personal profile and add me as a friend, do so. Go and have a look at my pinned post as well. That is the one that has had the most number of engagements, number of comments, number of replies. I can't remember how many. It's over 300 or something like that. And that was just me mentioning something that's happening, or something's opening up soon. Okay. If you wanted to do that kind of post, model it. Go ahead and look at that post, model it, have a regular picture. It's quite a long picture. It's not like a landscape. It's a portrait picture of myself and 2 other friends at the top of Alicante Castle. Just a random picture. I just thought it was fun. And then that post just hit it off. A lot of people commented saying, yeah, I'm interested, this, that, and the other. I thought, great. I replied to each and every one. Okay. So some posts fly, some posts flop. Don't worry about it. You could always reuse that post a little bit later on, a couple of months later, maybe a year later. And that's what I did. So I just focused on my personal profile. Some people like to be scattered all over the place. Some people want to master their pages. Some people want to hide away from using their personal profiles. Some people want to work in groups, which is great. It's definitely a place of leverage. That's where I am right now. So after the 2 years of being inside of the program, I wasn't ready to actually go and open up another platform or kind of master another platform. I am the admin inside of the Blake's Partner Program group and Freedom Fighters group. That is a free group that Blake has. I think there's 11 point something K members inside of there. So add yourself inside of there. It's very mixed. It's very general in there. But I'm not really active inside of that Freedom Fighters group. I'm active inside of the Blake's Partner Program. And if you have any questions, that's what I'm here for. But if you can see through a lens of, let me just focus on my personal profile, forget about my page, because I did have a page. And I removed all the content from there. I didn't want to place my energy there but you can show that you can actually focus your energy in one place long enough to actually start gaining some traction. Because if you're going into other groups and you're adding people as friends, or they're adding you, they're now going to see all of your content. They're going to become followers automatically because of the way that Facebook works. Now, if someone adds you as a friend and you say no, they still are a follower. They're just not your friend. But if your profile is open and you post something and you've had a conversation, let's say in the Facebook Messenger, they're going to see your stuff a lot. It's just the way that Facebook works. It'll be in their feed. So use that to your advantage. You're allowed 5,000 people on your personal profile. You're allowed 1,000 outgoing friend requests from your personal profile, but you're allowed a maximum of 5,000 friends on your personal profile. And then eventually you want to clean that up, because not everybody's going to be engaging on your stuff. It's like, if you've been in email marketing programs before, they will talk about like cleaning out your list. It's the same on Facebook. There are tools and things that are available to actually have a look at that and just sift down, but you wouldn't have to really worry about that until you get to 5,000. Gain the most number of people. Once you get to that peak, then it's time to clean. Make room for other people that are actually going to pay attention, who's going to pay attention to your posts or whatever you're doing, your stories. But that's where I am right now. So I went from my personal profile. I did a little bit of work on my page. And what I mean by that is actually I connected a chatbot. Didn't do any content really as such on that page, but everybody was following me on my personal profile. And if you go to my pinned post, you'll see how many people, and just scroll down, just have a look at what I've actually posted previously, which ones flew and which ones flopped. Model those posts if you want to. Take note of those and rewrite them for yourself. But also go and have a look at those people inside of your niche, those people who are already doing the stuff that you're looking for, like the posts that you're looking to go viral with. Have a look, collect them, maybe use them later on. Give them some accreditation or something like that. Give them a shout out. Maybe tag them. But there's lots of different things you could use. I like to create my own world. So in terms of like create my own imagery as well, with the text, I'd like to add an image as well. Have my own branding on there. But again, go and have a look at my personal profile in that sense. But yeah, that's what I'm doing now. After 2 years inside of the program, I will feel like I'm comfortable to actually break away from my personal profile. Instead of one-to-one, I'm going one-to-many. And that's where each and every one of you need to aim for, because if you look at the way that Blake has gone and done things, he's done, like I told you in 5 groups over the 2 years, he served more or less on a one-to-one level. Then he opened his group. As you can see, he's got his Freedom Fighters group. So have a look at, if you've seen his journey or see who he is or what he's done, he's got one personal profile, one page, which he can run ads from. He can run a chatbot from, and he has this one free group and a one paid group. That's all. And the free group, he's not really as active inside of there. He's built up that group where everybody else is now creating the content. Something to aspire to have and definitely lean towards. And the moment you realize like you can actually do this for more and more people, opening up a group is definitely a good thing to go forwards with. So that's where I'm at right now, Janine. So hopefully that answers your question. Rick, how's it going?
Good. Just a comment and then a question. One thing I'm studying Frank Kern a lot too. You probably know who he is. Some people on here might know who he is. He's actually a master marketer. He's kind of sort of the same level as Blake. And what I would say, he talks a lot about Facebook ads, and he's basically talks a lot about the way he actually does Facebook ads is not somewhat unconventional. So he thinks a lot of people think you have to go and you have to actually really be very targeted and filter out who you're looking for on your Facebook ads right from the get-go. And so he has this program, he has this system where he has what's called the raise the hand method. So basically he goes out and just finds people Facebook ads to find out who actually, it's not about getting clicks or conversions initially, it's about finding out who's actually even interested in what you have. So it's basically more about views, finding out who's getting views. It's basically you're planning your ads for getting more views, not conversions initially, because then Facebook, the algorithm, will find the people who are actually looking at those things, and then you can get more specific with that audience they create for you. Their algorithm is smarter than we are. And so if we try and figure out who our audience is, and we think we know who our audience is, we may be dead wrong. But if you actually just start if you have good content and you start getting people to look at what you have, then Facebook will actually find that audience for you, because you actually start getting more specific about getting more conversions. I don't know if you have any comments on that, or what's your strategy on Facebook ads?
So that's what I'm leaning more towards. So I'll be using Facebook ads to going into a group rather than going to my two-step order form. What I want to do is actually engage the audience and find out if I can actually help them first. So the idea of actually generating that lead to actually serve them inside of that group first, to then make the informed decision. It won't become more of a sale then. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But yeah, raise the hand method is exactly what I'm going for right now. So Rick, well done for finding that with, what's his name again? What's his name? Frank Kern.
Frank Kern, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad that you mentioned that. That's a very good method to go for. And it's kind of like, if I look back to the organic strategy, that's what I did inside of the group, is actually they raised their hand to actually work with me, before the accelerator program even came about, because you get to find out like those people that really want it, serve first. So that's why I am opening up my own group specifically, to serve those in a different way. And then once you've driven those people from the ad to an opt-in page, and again, if you wanted to learn how to do that, if you wanted to learn how to actually create that opt-in page, that lead capture page, it's inside of your membership area. You could create a long form of it. You could create a short form of it. Like, gives you like two different versions. Run the short form version, or do a 50% split. Inside of your own membership area, we do something called split testing. Blake talks about that too.
Is that for sending from is that for doing the ads, or is that just for a place to send them to from the ads?
That's from the ads to sending them to the ads to the landing page. Super important, that page, that is, to get that landing page.
When you say short form, you're talking about short form for the ads or short form for the landing page you're landing on?
So short form for the landing page that they're landing on. So what Blake has done, once you've actually gone into your own membership area, is created like a share funnel, which allows you to capture the name and email. So imagine that the lead is now being captured by Facebook ads that brought them to the ad. They click on that link and then they land on this page. They land on this page and now collect the information: first name, last name, email. What they see on the next page, they could be invited to a group. It could be anything, whatever, box of chocolates, whatever it would be. It's the lead generation side of things. And that's what you see out there right now. And if you click on any ads, you most likely see that. I'm seeing a lot from houses right now. They've got this really long form. To go back to your question, the long form and short form that I'm talking about is the actual page. So when you actually click on that share funnel link, when you go through your own membership area, it's in masterclass number 2. I think it's how it works. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, that's the one. How it works inside of the masterclass, you click on that and you go through that membership area, you build a lead capture page for yourself, and then you'll be ready to run the ad to then capture the lead and then divert them to wherever you want. Now that could be a group, that could be a 2-step order form, it could be anything that you want. So hopefully that'll help. But yeah, using that raise the hand method, having your own congregation of people that you're looking for is definitely a strategy that you should really consider. I find that some groups, especially when I started going through this, I started to go through this in the affiliate marketing level. There's so many spammy groups out there. Who else is in affiliate marketing or has done it before? No? Yeah? No? Yeah? A few hands.
Robert.
And I've seen it. There's so many groups out there, and all you do is it's like throwing poo sticks. Off you go. Your post is gone. Nobody has time to even look at it. It's so spammy in those groups. But some groups are, if you go into ClickFunnels Avengers, it's specifically about affiliate marketing and their products. It's not so spammy. It's really helpful, and the moderators in there are really good in that sense. But if you feel that you can't find the audience that you're looking for, open up your own group. Start bringing in people into your own group. Start serving those people, because what you learn here inside the Blake Spanner program, and with the books that you're reading from Andrew David, or the books that you're reading through .com Secrets, Expert Secrets, Traffic Secrets, and anything that you do learn along the way, even Frank Kern, bring it. Take a snippet of whatever you learn. And it doesn't have to be for a whole hour. It can be literally just for like 20, 30 minutes, however long Andrew David goes for. It's nice, consumable. Someone can even speed up the video on Facebook as well. You can ask me how to do that another time. But that's how I like to save my time.
Just a quick comment about the short form and long form. Because when I first joined a while ago, I didn't see the short. All I saw was the long form. is maybe I missed it. Is where in the training that they talk about the short form landing page? Or do you
Okay.
recall it? I don't have to explain what it is, but I'm just looking to find where it would be, where I'd find it.
Yeah, it'll be inside of your membership area, masterclass, and it'll be the second lesson inside of your masterclass once you've launched your funnel.
Inside the masterclass part? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah. There'll be a split test waiting for you right there. So there'll be a long version of that landing page and a short form. But yeah, anybody else?
That'd be a part of a split test. And you say you try long form versus a short form as part of the split test. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And what we talk about in split testing is that we only change that one thing. Whether it's the headline or whether it's the imagery or whether it's the video, one thing, always test one thing and then come back and see which one wins. Kill off the other side and then change something else. Keep running a test. Like
when
for instance,
when I heard you say split test, I thought you were talking about splitting between using a long form and a short form. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just quickly show you exactly what I mean. So inside of the membership area, when I go through inside of the masterclass, I think it's inside of here. If I go into how it works, just download your funnel, and it might ask me to log in. There we go. It's going to go into my account. Take a few moments.
I think I only created the long form.
Yeah, I've mostly used the long form, but the short one is the one that a lot of people click on and then just want to get to the next thing. So this is what I mean by the split test. So right here, we have that. This is what you're going to give to your customers in the end. So you can actually go through your own membership area once you've built it. So you can see like on the left and right, you can see you can actually declare a winner as well. And you can set the traffic. I want all the traffic to go to the right. So you got this toggle right here, or you can set all the traffic to go to the left, or a certain percentage to go to one side or the other, or 50-50. So if you're running an ad, it's definitely worth to test out two different types of pages, whether it be color, whether it be a headline or whatever it is. Let me just open up one of these pages and then I'll open up the other page. So then you can see the difference between what I'm saying. So this is the longer version. Okay. And I think this is the short, there it is. So it just cuts off there. So there's the short version. So some people just want to get to the thing.
You might split test between a long and short version.
Yeah, I would run that. So you'd have the ad that would go to that particular landing page that would capture the lead, and ClickFunnels will do its thing and split test and just send out the traffic 50-50 out that way. And then you can see from there which one is actually converting better from the advert.
Yeah, I kind of understand how split tests work, but I wasn't sure what you were split testing.
All right. Gotcha.
Thank you.
No worries. Okay. Does anybody else have any other questions or anything like that? I see the chat's been blowing up and things. So I haven't been looking at that, but I like to have more of the engagement, more of you talking to me. If you've got your cameras turned off, I'd love to see your faces. Any questions? Go for it, Sarah and Craig. Good to see you.
Hi, Darren. Great to see you too. Yeah, you touched on chatbots earlier. We haven't quite got to that yet. We're going through the DFY stuff at the moment. Could you just help us out with if there's any quick wins that we can do on chatbots and how to get it going quickly?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Inside of your own membership area, once you've built it, it will be at the bottom inside of bonuses. There we go. Here it is. Bonus number 1, left-hand side. So Blake has something that he just touches on real quick. He shows you how to actually incorporate the chatbot with this particular landing page. So you have 2 ways of communicating now. You then have captured the lead, the first name, last name, email, and also you've captured the lead inside of your chatbot system as well. So it's a very quick video. We just touch on it inside of the program, but at least you get to see what your customers get as well. So that's something that you can implement on your landing pages.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other questions today? Who's super new? I want to see who you are, because I might. All right, good to see you, John, Daisy, Kelly, Lillian. I see you. I've got you for the onboarding. Todd. Anybody else? Hey, Jansen, Michael Jansen. I see you. I remember you. All right, Crystal, how you doing? You have a question? See, you've got your hand raised there. Ciara? Oh.
Hi. No, I don't have questions. I'm just taking everything in.
Okay. No worries. All good. Are you finding it helpful?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what you're talking about because I'm right at the very beginning, but.
Gotcha. All right. That gives context. All right. Context. All good. No worries. Don't worry about your journey or anything. Just follow through the program. Is just like go through it in a sequential manner and you'll get through to the finish line. If you have any problems.
Yeah, just go through all the videos.
Yeah. You'll get there. You'll get there. Don't worry. But welcome to the program. Bruce, you have a question?
I do, yes. Last time we saw you on the high performance call, you were mentioning about doing research. Could you go over that in a little bit a little more detail and slower? I'd like to be able to catch on to it this time.
Research in what sense? Do you remember what I was talking about specifically?
Yes. When you were answering questions that other people were asking in the groups or in general on Facebook, you'd go in, you'd research the question, you'd type in one keyword, find the question, at least find the answer, and then copy and paste it with the giving the credit to the person who did it at first.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, I mean, I can show you exactly what I do inside of the group, exactly inside of the Blake Spanner program. That's what I do. So say, for example,
that's too fast.
I'm just inside of the group right now. I'm just inside of the group.
Yes. Okay.
I'm just going to see if there's any questions or anything like that, besides all the welcome posts and everything.
Is this his Facebook page?
So my group page might look different to yours. It's just the way it looks. Okay, right now. You might have the big banner across the top. For some reason, mine is on the left-hand side right here. It's all changing. But yeah, if there's any questions pertaining to, let's say, I don't know, the affiliate side of things, or if I was to search in here, let me just do a quick search and have a look at Stripe.
Where did you get that search from? That's what I'm after.
Gotcha. All right. So let me scroll all the way to the top. So you can see on the top right-hand side, just
yes,
the magnifying glass. You can use that in any group. Okay.
Yes.
You can search for someone who's already answered the question. So, for example, if you had a problem with Stripe,
all right, Stripe. Yes. Okay.
Let's just do that, and then anybody can do this. By the way, so as you can see, this was a post that I'd done previously.
Oh, I see. Yes. Okay.
So back in 2020, someone was asking specifically about Stripe and Apple Pay. I didn't know what the answer was at the time, and let's see if I even answered it. I don't know. Oh, I did. And I just went ahead and just did some research. And
you gave the credit to Hagar or Rabbit.
I tagged them so that they could actually see the post, because that's the person.
How do you tag him?
Okay. So if you wanted to tag anybody, specifically as well, if they're in the group or you're replying back to somebody, let's say if it was Blake Bar, you'd need to use the @ symbol first and then type their name. Okay. You'll see there's two different versions of Blake Newbar. One is a page and one is a profile. Okay.
Yes.
On the
Slowly. Let me just see. Which is the page and the profile?
This one where it says page underneath.
Oh, page, yes. And the other is the profile under friend.
Yeah.
Okay. I follow now. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. So when you click on that, it highlights in blue. So that's how you do that. So what will happen on the other side is that they'll get a notification on their phone or on their desktop.
Yes.
And it will prompt them to go and have a look at that post.
I understand now. Thank you very much, Darren. Follow.
You're welcome. And in terms of research, for what I did for this particular person was I usually go to help.clickfunnels.com or Google or Facebook, and I'll just start searching some keywords here, Stripe, and it will just pop up some suggestions. What am I really looking for?
Okay.
I'm looking, and I might just want to look for maybe Apple Pay, because that's what one of the questions was.
Yes.
So there you go. If you just use those certain keywords that you can pluck out their question or their post or comments, and you can have a look and do some deep research with that. Don't just use.
And as an example, with my work, I'm searching for ways to help people with mental health problems and issues, and I type in depression and find out or how to cope with depression. Is that too long a term?
If you're doing some research on Google or YouTube or something like that, no, some of the research that you can do can be long form. So don't worry about adding more context to the keywords that you're looking for, because that's just imagine yourself as the person looking for it, because you're looking for the answer. So The more you put in, the more it will be helpful for you to extract that information and find what you're looking for.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Darren. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Camellia, are you there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Sorry. Hey, Darren, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I am pretty good, thanks. So I just wanted to know a little bit more about like some of the stuff that you do in your group, like on a weekly basis, on a daily basis. Like, what exactly do you do? I'm just curious.
Yeah, great question. So what I've done is I've launched the group, and I built some anticipation for it. So imagine like a movie launch, but it was literally like 2 days before. You can build in like a week or two, but people forget. So with Facebook and with social media, people forget very, very quickly. So the turnaround that I wanted to get this group open was within like 2 days. So there was an anticipation. Then there was like, it's live, jump into the group, and then everybody else starts to pour in and wonder what's actually happening. Inside of that group, what I'm really going to be focusing on is going live once. And that is specific for my audience, going live once a week, and that is serving for free. Okay. Serving for free, so that they can make that informed decision to see if they want to work with me further. And it's really about 3 things. Now you can have what we call, pillars, your content pillars, what you're really going to be talking about inside of that group. Figure out what it is that you're going to be talking about in your group. And, what I'm going to be talking about is group content monetization. Those are the things, as well as automations. So that's what's really going on, going live once a week. And then there's the strategy kind of like behind all of that and how to turn your Facebook groups into something really profitable. And that is something for anybody who's kind of ready for that later. But that's definitely something that we're in the works with right now. So it's opened, and then I realized we could do better. So you can refine things with what you see, because I've been coaching for the last 2 years, and I think that we can bring something a lot better and harder and stronger in terms of support for my type of audience that I'm looking for out there to serve. So that's what I'm doing inside of that group.
Okay. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. So definitely get into that role of trying to serve from the heart. That's my biggest thing for you to take away for today, is to forget about that bank account, is to actually serve from the heart. When you actually serve from the heart, you get people, everybody will be attracted to who you are and what you do. And as a byproduct, everybody else will start talking about you. It starts to snowball, and just create those connections. Connections is key, especially with this. And if you've ever been sold into anything, if you've ever been sold anything in person, think about that experience. Maybe when you purchase into a car, maybe when you purchase into a boat, or maybe when you purchased into a house or something that was a high purchase. What were those things that went into play for you to get into that moment where you thought, I think I'm in the right place, I'm going to invest, right? Think about that connection piece and how you're going to go out there and serve people. Because imagine if you brought in a load of people from your Facebook ad into your group, or from your Facebook ad to your page, or to your 2-step order form. Now you've got that lead. There's only so much that your funnel can do. And what we have built for you inside of the funnel is like, we've got 5 or 6 emails for you. And it's been templated out, so you can actually just fill in the gaps. But after those 5 or 6 touch points, that is it. What are you going to do now with that lead? That lead is just sat there. So think about what you want to do to communicate with that person, to bring them value, not sell. Bring them value, because they still maybe not know you yet. So think about the environment that you want them to pay attention to you in. Maybe it would be a group. That's something for later. Work on your personal profiles. And if you wanted to work on your pages, that's what you're doing right now. Lean on that. But be comfortable with where you're at. Try not to spread yourself too thin. Master that one thing, and then be ready to master the next thing going forwards. Hopefully that helps with everybody else's journey going forwards. Any other questions? We all good today? I think I've answered plenty enough questions for today. Plenty enough to think about, but definitely watch the replay. With this and this journey that you're going through, never give up. Trust in yourself. Trust in what we've actually put in place for you. Because for me, it took me like 3 months to kind of figure this out. Okay. Some of you might think, oh, that's hardly anything. But if I was to look at the back many years, it's taken me more than that. It's taken me like 9, 10, 11 years, jumping ship to ship to ship. When I came to this program, that was a thing. It took me 3 months to actually start making those sales. And then, I started to make those, the higher sales. So into the masterclass. And then I started to change my pricing for my masterclass with no friction. So my $7 blueprint isn't a $7 blueprint anymore. It's maybe $9 or $12. And my masterclass is like $597, $697. Okay. You are well within your rights to actually change your pricing. Okay. So hopefully that helps you with your journey. And if you have any comments or anything, if you want to like place your takeaways inside of the group, definitely post inside of the group. Hey, this is my takeaway for today. It'd be great to see what you've taken away from today's session. But yeah, hopefully Andrew will be good for tomorrow, and he'll be serving you at the highest level as always in the high performance call. But I appreciate each and every one of you.
Dude, he's so cool.
Sometimes people have what it takes, but they haven't recognized it.
Appreciate each and every one of you.
So what do you need to do? How do you stand out? So what you need to do is be that person that's different and is bigger than you think. Rise from the ashes and fly like the phoenix.